In addition to that heat and humidity, we're tracking also a line of storms. This is our Home of Economy Skycam in Devil's Lake, and yes, I'm going to step out of the way. Look at this. That's a nice looking shelf cloud there approaching Devil's Lake. These storms have been weakening, which is the good news, but we still could see some rain and some wind in our western neighborhoods as we go through this evening. So one thing we look at when it comes to intensity and strengthening or weakening trends in a system, in a storm, is lightning. And so what we've seen is the lightning near Bismarck was pretty intense, but we've seen that weaken, the lightning strikes really weaken and become less frequent as we've gone through the past hour. So that is a good sign that these are weakening as the sun sets and as it moves into our neck of the woods. But still, our friends in Devil's Lake, even in toward the Jamestown area, could see these. But looking closer to home, Candu, seeing probably some wind and some rain at this time, in addition to some lightning and thunder. Rock Lake as well. Maddock, this is right over you right now with that heavy rainfall and some lightning as well. Could be some small hail in some of these more organized sections of this line of storm. So heads up in New Rockford, heads up in Carrington. This is heading toward you as well with a bit more organized lightning activity there. So that's one part of this cell that hasn't quite weakened as much as the rest of the line has. Steele, seeing a weakening storm on Steele down at Steele down I-94 as well. And then toward the Aberdeen area, seeing another line of storms there just south of the South Dakota border. So again, that is the good news that as we go into the later hours tonight, this will weaken as it moves eastward. But again, be on the lookout, of course, in our western neighborhoods for that heavy rain and that gusty wind with this system. Temperatures 70s and 80s. So we've cooled pretty quickly in our Minnesota neighborhoods from where they were just an hour ago. We were still in the 80s for most of us an hour ago. Still seeing those 80s in areas like Grand Forks, Fargo, Jamestown, and Devil's Lake. So the hour by hour, we're going to show the heat index values in red, the air temperatures in white. But look at this. There's that line of storms right now in our western neighborhoods. Look how quickly that really falls apart once we hit the 3 a.m. hour. So the sunshine being gone really doesn't help these storms whatsoever. So I do expect things to be pretty quiet for us by the 3 a.m. hour. Still temperatures in the 60s and 70s, and we're staying in the 60s and 70s by 7:30 a.m. Still could be some lingering clouds out and about. But look at the temperatures as we go into lunchtime. Warming quickly under plenty of sun. We're seeing mid-80s already by lunchtime, and the heat indices, I should say, already in the 80s and 90s. As we go toward the 5 o'clock hour, we could see some showers and storms, but they're to be isolated in nature, and the best chance being in the northern valley, north of the Highway 200 corridor is where we're seeing most likely chance of seeing those isolated storms. And the heat indices again in the mid to perhaps even upper 90s as we go into Friday. Notice how most of us are pretty quiet there around dinner time, so still expecting plenty of sun outside of any of these isolated showers or storms if they do indeed develop there in the PM hours tomorrow. But again, once the sun sets, we do expect these to be weakening as we head toward the late hours for our Friday night. So here's our hometown forecast showing those 80s with low 90s in the hot spots. Our photo of the day is a beautiful one, a July sunset. I'm going to step out of the way there. A July sunset from AJ. AJ uploaded this one to our website, valleynewslive.com. Beautiful with the grain bins and the colors and the clouds. All around a great photo of the day. So for Saturday, we do have that first alert weather day, looking at storms, and this is a high impact weekend with a lot of people out and about, and that's why we do have that first alert weather day there. Intensity of these storms still uncertain, but because people will be away from their regular information source, Mike, that's a great time for this weekend to have that Valley News Live weather app to stay ahead of the weather this holiday weekend.
We're always promoting it.